Yeah, what's guanin? What's good? It's your boy Maynetayn, and welcome to Sounds Brand Fused. Now, what the hell is Sound Brand Fused? You're probably asking, like, what is Sounds Brand Fused? Now, this is what Sound Brand Fused is. It's about music partnerships of the industry that I thought are dope. Now, sounds, music, right? Brand is the brands, things like that that are connected. Fused is them collaborating, the fusion, the fused, right? So sounds brand fused. And we're going to talk about some of my favorite or some of your favorite brand partnerships throughout the years. Before we get started, though, a couple house rules. Have a good time. Have a good time. Secondly, this is what I need you to do. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share this link with your people. Let them come check us out. All right. Have a good time. Let's talk industry ish. I'm going to do my best not to curse on here, but also I got to tell y'all I'm a little under the weather. So if I cough, sneeze, sniffle a little bit, my nose might run. Don't like chalk it to the game. Don't blame me. Just blame the weather. All right. This weather change, Lord. Got me out here. If I got a testimony out there, put it in the chat right now. What this weather's doing to you right now, like, geez. But yeah, it threw me the last couple of days. I've been jacked. But anyway, this edition of Sounds Brand Fused, we're going to be talking about Crocs and a couple of their collaborations and brand partnerships that they had with some major artists. But again, before we get started, let's talk about, what is a brand partnership, right? In a brand partnership, it is a strategic collaboration between an artist or music entity and a brand to promote both parties and to achieve mutual objectives. All right. That's what a brand partnership is. Now, because I've been a artist manager, talent manager in my career, just so you know, like, yeah, who the hell is Maynetayn? What does he know about brand partnerships and artists and all this other stuff? Let's go here. All right. Let's go here. Been in the music industry on the independent side for a long time at BNR Records. I pretty much ran operations under BNR Records. All right. I managed the internal roster of artists. So 4 artists I'm probably managing at the same time. Talking about running social media campaigns, booking them for shows, securing side artists for features on their records, booking studio time, doing the tour stuff. I managed a pop artist, a pop rock hip hop band, and hip hop artists under BNR Records. Now, outside of BNR Records, I've also managed artists as well. One being Casino P. Also, going to North Carolina A&T, I was part of the Student Activities Board. If you've ever been to college and or in a university, most colleges and universities have student activities boards, right? So they handle the fun stuff that happens on campus for the student body. That was what I was doing at North Carolina A&T for about 2 to 3 years. I became the social affairs chairperson. So, social affairs, we had pretty much the biggest slice of the budget, to be honest. And I probably took more than I should. But the events I did there were amazing. And this is we're talking about 2002 to 2006 when I was in school. So I do have credibility. I do have knowledge, expertise in this space. So there's that, right? Check me out on Instagram if you don't believe me telling you that. But anyway, just go to my Instagram. It's Maynetayn, Maynetayn. Go to the description box below, and you'll be able to, see how that's spelled and where you can find me. I'm on all social media platforms, right? So Instagram, Facebook, X, Snapchat, Twitch, TikTok, all the social media platforms under the same name, Maynetayn. It's Jermaine Maynetayn Spencer is my name. Um, but anyway, let's talk about brand partnerships, right? Well, I already told you what brand partnership is, right? So it's pretty much that strategic collaboration between the artists or music entity and a brand to promote both parties and achieve a mutual objective, right? Now, these partnerships generally help the artist and brand. It helps both, right? When it comes to the artist piece, I want to discuss there is that the artist gets amplification and promotion. So that's one piece, one tentacle. And I think the other main tentacle is resources. Those resources a lot of times can be obviously the fee or money, access to the brand itself and their collaborations and partners. So there's resources and there's the amplification and promotion. Of course, the brand itself that's doing the brand partnership, they're wanting to get their brand messages. They want to communicate their brand messages to a consumer base and Gen Z or millennial base who are very highly affected by what musicians, artists, music influencers are doing, what they're buying, what they're wearing. And generally, their Gen Z and millennial buying decisions are generally made by the cool people that are also wearing this brand, or if it's exclusive and they just want to be a part of the story as well. So that's where the brand they get kind of authenticity um, built in with the artist that already has a fan base. Now, brands don't have to be the major brand, but it can be a regional local brand. And then the regional local brand can work with a major artist, regional artist, international artist, or local artist. Regional, I've worked with regional and local brands before and done brand partnerships for certain things, for like documentaries, music videos, all these different things. Strategic, just partnerships overall. Now, um, if you're a major brand, let's think like Coca-Cola, Apple, or like these huge consumer brands, they may not work with the local or regional brands, but I won't say never, right? But they most likely work with the bigger brand artists, right? But some brands do work with local and regional artists. So if you're an artist right now, listen, there's opportunities out there, and you can hit me up. I do this brands as well. Brands, if you want to get your stuff out there and can communicate your brand messages from an authentic point of view, utilizing the power and leveraging the power of music. Call your boy up, hit me up, DM me right now. I'll be able to walk you through. Let's create a strategy together. But let's talk about Crocs. Now, Crocs are cool. And look, I'm a dad, right? I'm a dad. I have a 15-year-old and I have a soon-to-be 6-year-old. Now, my 15-year-old, he was born in 2010 at the height of Crocs. He was, like I said, he's born in 2010 at the height when Crocs got popping was in the 2010s. So my 15-year-old, he grew up when Crocs went popping. Now, Crocs was founded, however, in 2002, the year I got to North Carolina A&T. 2002 in Colorado. Now, between 2002 and 2010, obviously they're probably working more regional as a utility brand, like, and convenience. I don't think Crocs became more of a fashion statement thing again until the 2010s. And then they started, doing collaborations with artists, again, to be more authentic and to drive their brand value when it comes to being fashionable. Again, they were known as a utility piece and being convenient versus being fashionable. And these brand partnerships and collaborations actually changed some of that. Now, outside of the brand partnership stuff, excuse me, and I can't live edit, but we'll y'all didn't hear that. But anyway, uh y'all got to bear with me, man. This is our first one. Sounds Brand Fuzed. I can't wait till we do more. This is gonna be fun, y'all. But anyway, um, outside of the artist brand partnerships that they've done, they've also done collaborations with other brands, other fashion brands, fashion houses, and designers as big as Balenciaga, right? So you, those that know, you know, Crocs did a Balenciaga collab, right? So they don't just collab with artists and music entities, they do collab with other designers and other brands, which I think is dope because they've done a lot with less. And when I say less, I mean less. Like this shoe, like it's really just it's a Croc. So yeah, I have Crocs, whatever. Who cares? But anyway, so um what I was saying about my son again, he came in again born when Crocs shot up. So again, I do have Crocs. I'm gonna pull it out again. So Crocs, I'm just regular with it. I use it for utility, convenience. And when I say utility, it's really just convenience. I just throw them on when I want to maybe walk around the house, go outside, take trash out, go to the gas station, put some gas, go back home. Like I'm not wearing these to get fly. Like some people wear their Crocs like to get fly. Like yo, I'm fly. I'm cool. You know, they got the bells and whistles and all the furnishings and buttons and all the flair. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'll leave that to the kids and the girls. Y'all can have that, but for me, regular Croc, throw it in. All right. So I got this Croc, whatever, and I got this Croc. I got this Croc. Like I said, I went to North Carolina A&T. So Aggie Pride. Oh, you can't see that. Aggie Pride. I already know what it is. So I got this Croc. Again, it's all convenience. It's all, not necessarily a fashion statement for me. But this is a statement for me because it is North Carolina A&T on that thing. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, yes, we got that. Whatever. So Crocs are fashion. If you haven't heard of Crocs, you've been living under a rock. Damn, that rhymed, didn't it? Hey, Crocs, don't take it. All right, let's talk. I got you. But if you haven't heard of Crocs, you've been living under a rock. Be quite honest. It is what it is. Crocs is Crocs, and it has been a phenomenon since, again, the 2010s, I think, when they really start popping. And this video is to highlight and spotlight a couple brand partnerships and collaborations with Crocs and art music entities, artists, that I thought were just, all right, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And again, this is what Sounds Brand Fuzed is about, y'all. We're going to talk about some of the best brand partnerships that we've seen in the industry. Before we move and start talking about the music brand partnership with Post Malone, Bad Bunny, and Justin Bieber, I want to talk to you about even because I want to educate. I want to educate. Now, according to orthopedic physical therapists, again, I got kids. I got a 6-year-old who has some Crocs. I recently bought him some Rejuvenates, which are the Nike's version of Croc, which actually have more support on the heel, which I think is dope. But anyway, orthopedic, physical therapists are claiming that, kids are having feet issues, obviously, because the way the Croc is set up, even if you put that joint in sports mode, the kid's foot's gonna be sliding. If they running, they might kick that thing off when they're running, going down wherever. So what we've seen recently is that schools, I think before this school year, schools, playgrounds, things like that, they're like, yo, kids, don't wear those Crocs to school or to the playground. It's not enough support on that heel when you do sports mode. It really doesn't really tighten it and stop it from really sliding back and forth a little bit. So again, from the utility standpoint, from just kids being kids, active, like the little kids, like I'm talking about, the kids I'm talking about, y'all, obviously is the toddler and the preschool kindergartners. Like my son is a kindergartner. He'd be 6 in December. So like him, he loves Crocs. My kids just love Crocs. Hey, I ask my kid, hey, you want to go to the playground? And if you're a parent and you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. Pick your kid up from school, or not even pick, you might be chilling on a Saturday. It might be 11:30 in the morning. Can we go to the playground? Daddy, mommy, daddy, can I go to the playground? Daddy, can you take me to the playground? What playground can we go to? Can you take me to the bouncy? Can you take me to the trampoline park? Can we go to wherever? But guess what? All right, you say, yeah, let's go. Guess what? The first shoe they gonna try to pick up is generally that Croc that you got them. Because it's just the convenience of it. They ain't gotta tie no shoe. They ain't even gotta put no Velcro over top. Like mix, they ain't gotta do that. Just slip them straight, slip them on. Wow, we out there, we in the game, right? These kids love them, but we as parents, obviously, we got to be like, all right, kids, y'all got to chill out. You can't wear that, and it's gonna hurt them. It is what it is. But again, this is just according to the physical therapist. Again, Crocs, I'm not trying to come down. I'm just letting you know from the utility standpoint, just giving you guys a different angle of what the Croc brand, obviously, and what we have here. So again, great for convenience, but in the 2010s, right? We started Crocs kind of moving into more of the fashionable space. Now, for me, like I told you, I'm not going to rock them on the fashionable tip. Like I'm going out and we're doing something like I'm not trying to wear Crocs with my outfit. I'm trying to throw some on. Kids don't care. They're going to wear what they want to wear. But again, maybe as parents, we got to be like, all right, for your safety, for your feet, so you don't have issues, let's not wear this to the playground or the park. You can wear it, going to the car, you might go to the movie theater and you just sit down. Yeah, wear your Crocs all day. So let's get into the brand partnership piece. And we're talking about Bad Bunny, Post Malone, and Justin Bieber. Now, let's start with Post Malone, because Post Malone, he had his brand partnership. I think his initial one was in 2018. He's had 5 drops with Crocs, 5 drops. Most recent, I think that's on my thumbnails, the most recent one on the thumbnail with him there looking like kind of sad and whatnot, but whatever. But I think that first one was in 2018. They sold out in hours. I think the campaign and Crocs and Post Malone campaign generated 5.6 billion earned media impressions. That's great. And obviously an impression is someone just viewing it, going through the timeline. They might not have engaged with it, but their eyeballs saw it. But anyway, so 5.6 billion earned media impressions. That's crazy. That's according to Shorty Awards and all these other ones, right? On social media, Crocs organic content for the drop with Post Malone in 2018 saw 4.6 million impressions. I'm talking about the 2018 drop with Post Malone. 4.6 million impressions, I think, is impressive. That's pretty good for that drop. 200,000 engagements. So engaging meaning some, if y'all know, they clicked it, they liked it, they commented, they went and clicked the link, whatever the case may be. So they're driving traffic. And on Instagram alone, the story, I guess their IG story garnered like 363,000 Instagram story views. And I'm talking about Crocs on their IG story. And that stays on there for what, 24 hours? So that's pretty good viewership right there and engagement. Now Crocs' most recent earnings, and I'm talking about, again, they started in 2002. Now Crocs' most recent earnings in 2024, 3.3 billion. That's up 10% year over year. So we're talking from 2003, 2024, 10% year over year. And I think that's largely because of some of the big brand partnerships that they've done. Again, Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Post Malone. I mean, that's incredible. $3.3 billion. Shout out to Mike Myers. That's crazy. So pretty much Crocs celebrity collaborations, including Post Malone, have been a core driver, right? Been a core driver to its repositioning itself from a utility brand convenience to fashion and help grow the brand. Obviously, you hear those numbers: 3.3 billion, 10% year over year growth, these type of things. So it shifted the perception with these brand partnerships. It shifted the perception of Crocs from utility to fashion, and driving demand, obviously via the limited drops with the brand partnerships that they have and these collabs with other designers. I mentioned Balenciaga, like, right? So I think Crocs, they've done some really good partnerships. You know, obviously they're growing and continuing to grow. I'm not sure if they've plateaued. Maybe they have plateaued, so they haven't. So they're probably out of the growth phase. So they're just mature. They're in mature phase, I believe. And I think they need to continue doing brand partnerships. Um, Now, when it comes to Bad Bunny, they've also released multiple limited edition Crocs, right? I mean, this is Bad Bunny we're talking about, right? So Bad Bunny is, I mean, I'm not telling you who he is. You know who, but you've heard his name. And he's, again, one of the most recognizable people in the world. I think even now, if you think about who's recognizable, the most, let's say, famous in the world, in the globe, I'm talking about United States, one is probably Cristiano Ronaldo, the football player, soccer player. He's probably number one in the world. Number two, I mean, would it be Bad Bunny? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know because Bad Bunny, he only does music in like Spanish. So I mean, I don't know if that changes anything, but he's top three, top four most popular, famous people. I think LeBron is probably up top three, top four for sure. But anyway, when you got Bad Bunny doing multiple drops with you, you of course are gonna build credibility amongst the culture, amongst hype beasts, amongst the fashionable, amongst Gen Z and millennials that have fashion sense. They're gonna be like, oh, we gotta start rocking these Crocs and we gonna flare them up, throw these buttons on there and make them look fly and put on tight jeans and whatever and just do what we do. But similarly to Post Malone, the partnership with Brad Bunny and Crocs, so that partnership pretty much helped again Crocs tap in with Gen Z, the streetwear community, and music fan audiences. And again, it just boosts their credibility as a fashion house and a fashion kind of designer. And shout out to Bad Bunny for working with them. Shout out to Crocs for working with Brad. I don't even know what that fee was. But again, it's about amplification and promotion and resources. So I'm sure that bag was a big bag for Bad Bunny, for Post Malone, and for Justin. Justin Bieber and Crocs have worked together on limited, on some limited edition clog designs. And I think there's a Drew Brand. I'm not familiar with Drew Brand. If you know about Drew Brand, put it in the tell me what Drew. I don't know what Drew is, but put it in the comments. Let me know what Drew is so I can go find it. But anyway, Justin Bieber, Crocs, and Drew have also collabed and done drops. And the partnership with Justin Bieber and Crocs obviously is often cited among Crocs' strategy to pivot the brand perception from utility to fashion. The Justin Bieber collab has been cited as, okay, this is one of the successful partnerships that has led that way in changing the perception of Crocs from utility to fashion, which I think they've done an incredible job. Like I said, you can walk even today, go into a mall. Like, back in my day, we used to go to the mall. We went to get fresh. I went to get fly. I went to wear the right kicks, everything, whether it's Timbs or the sneakers, whatever it was, some Air Forces ones, some slows, whatever, some chill stuff, right? Kids, they're gonna rock Crocs and pajama pants or whatever the case may be. But again, amongst the youth, it's changed in terms of they like utility and convenience, but they also consider it fashion. Again, with the brand partnerships and successful brand partnerships, might I add, that Crocs has done. So Crocs, I think from a consumer buying habit standpoint, they have done an incredible job of connecting with artists that are authentic to what maybe Crocs is about and what they want to be, and also authentic to the artist and who they are and want to be. Justin Bieber, uh, Bad Bunny, and definitely Post Malone. Like outside of them on stage and things like that, you can see why they did a Crocs brand partnerships. It seemed like it makes sense, and that's also what's important about a brand partnership is it got to seem authentic. It got to seem organic. It got to seem like something that makes sense, like that the artist or that music entity and that brand are aligned in some way. Like there's some type of belief with the artist and their values, things like that, that coincide with what that brand is also about. So I think Crocs has done an incredible job with their brand partnerships. Um, is definitely it definitely sounds brand fused. So great fusion. Um, and yeah, and what do you think? I want to know your thoughts. Do you wear Crocs? What's your favorite Croc launch? What was your favorite Croc drop? Was it the other designer drops, like Balenciaga or the other designers, or was it a artist drop? What was it? Tell me in the comments right now. Um, but yeah, before we end this video, I want to say Sounds Brand Fused. We're going to do more videos like this, talking about some of my and maybe even some of your uh favorite or even not so favorite brand partnerships when it comes to music, culture, things like that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead and share this video link with your friends and tap in with your boy Maynetayn for another edition of Sounds Brand Fused. Follow me at Maynetayn, Maynetayn, on all social media platforms, and hit there's the link in the description right now. If you like Screwed, hit that link right now. Screwed is got some dope stuff. Let me stand up actually. Screwed, this is Screwed here. We got this on Screwed, the pants, got the little, the tassel joints. Um, yeah. So if you like Screwed, click the link in the description box. Check out some of the designs, check out some of the pieces. You'll like it. But anyway, this is Sound Brand Fuse. This is Maynetayn, and I'm out, man. Peace till next time. One.